friends. Do you know the story of Butcher's Crossing? I do now. I watched a movie the other night, one of the Nicolas Cage movies. I'm a huge fan of Nicolas Cage, but there have been a couple of his movies. I think there was one that was so disturbing I didn't watch it to the end. And one of his movies stayed with me a while, Mandy. That was kind of rough to watch too. But mostly he disturbs me just right. It's disturbing, it's thought provoking, and it's cool. So I was watching this movie the other night, Butcher's Crossing, and it's based on a true story. And as I was watching it, I didn't know it was based on a true story. I didn't know what it was about. It was just Nicolas Cage. That was good enough for me. I was going to watch it. So I'm watching it, and some of it is sounding kind of familiar. And then afterwards, after I'm looking up about it and looking up, I remember, well, at the very end of the movie, actually, I wasn't looking it up yet, but at the end they showed some pictures. And I had seen one of these pictures before in my mechanic's office. And I said, oh, what? And he told me a little bit about the story. And I was thinking about it. I was like, oh, that Dances with Wolves movies. They had the thing about the buffalo. They had all the Indians crying with the buffalo all dead and everything like that. That the Americans, whatever they were then, I guess they were Americans, back in the day we were in America, white people. But they had killed all the buffalo, and they killed them just for their hides, and that they left the meat. Well, now I'm finding out after looking it up, there was a little bit more to that story. There was one guy who says, for every buffalo dead, it means an Indian's dead. Because they were trying to get rid of the Indians. And the ones that they didn't get rid of, they wanted to be totally dependent on the United States nation, not on themselves anymore, because they were so dependent, so independent. They didn't need anybody. They didn't need help. They knew how to do everything. So, but they lived mostly off of buffalo. And they used the hides for their tents, and they used the hides for many things, for warmth and whatnot. And they ate the meat. They used the whole buffalo. But they thought that some of the servicemen were they weren't actually giving them rewards, but they were giving them ammunition to go out and kill these bison, American buffalo bison. So they were sending them money, and they were encouraging them to kill all these. And it was let's see, it's the American bison. So in the beginning of the 1800s, there were 30 to 60 million of these American bison. And by 89 years later, there was less than 1,000 of them left. From 30 to 60 million to less than 1,000. Blech. So there, this famous picture, I modeled my little thumbnail over it because I don't want to show you something that is pretty disgusting and disturbing. You can get your own, you can go look it up and be disturbed yourself. I don't want to bring that to you. But it's a famous 1892 photo, and it's from Rougeville, Michigan. And that's the famous photo that I had seen and asked about in my gas station, my mechanics station. And it's just awful, that to deliberately destroy tribes like that. And I mean, wow, you get a double whammy. You get to kill all these animals and take out a tribe. Like, so anyway, it's so disturbing. And to think people used to do stuff like that, but have we really come that far? Are we any better today? I went into the UN.org, UN website, United Nations, and they're talking about, starvation, which is kind of what we were doing to the Indians, right? Trying to get all their bison killed so they wouldn't be able to live, they wouldn't be able to survive. And they're doing it everywhere now. UN was listing all these places. I didn't read all the articles, but there's the Gaza Strip, of course, Sudan, Haiti, still always, always Haiti. Zelensky, Ukraine, everybody's blaming everybody. They blame the gangs, stop the food, government stop the food, and the enemies of the nation stop the food, but starve people to death. It's not uncommon, and it's not just done in the 1870s. It's being done today. So we also are slaughtering, 30 to 60 million animals. Down to 1,000 sounds bad, but guess how many chickens we burn through today? 24 million chickens a day we kill in the United States. I bet we don't eat half of them either. I bet we throw half of them away. But anyway, that's where we are. And as Gandhi said, we got to get it together because, well, he didn't say get it together. What did he say? He said, the greatness of a nation can be judged by the way its animals are treated. And if you're going to judge us by that, we're in the shit. We're in Shipper. We're in the shipper. Anyway, have a good week. Thanks for watching.